Hey, good morning and welcome to the channel. Now what, this is Rick. You've seen me many times before. This is a good friend of mine, Shauna, and she's asked me to do something interesting. Now, I am by no means an expert on YouTube. I've been doing this now for about almost 9 months. I have lots of subscribers, 2,200, 2,300. I'm about 200 hours short of my required 4,000 hours watch time in order to get paid, but I decided a long time ago money wasn't the most important thing. Although it's nice, it would be nice to make some. Um, if you stay with me for just a few minutes, I promise to make your journey have less speed bumps, your YouTube creator's journey. Shauna is about to embark on the same journey, and for some reason she felt that the time that I've spent, I've learned enough that it was sufficient to ask me to assist her and to give her some information. So today what I'm going to try and do, the best of my ability, and Shauna's going to help me, I'm going to sort of give her some insights, how to start, what to do, how to be organized, and how to embark on the YouTube journey. So stick around. Thank you. I want to thank everybody that's watching. Without you, none of this is possible. And thanks for joining us today on the channel. And now what? I'm going to make some suggestions to you. You're certainly welcome to do this whichever way you like. Shauna, what I'd like you to do, and I see that you're already a little ahead of me, I'd like you to get a pen and paper ready. And I'm going to ask you some questions, and we'll sort of go through some interesting steps that you're going to need.
Perfect.
The first thing is, do you have, and I haven't asked Shauna these questions, so she's totally unprepared, so bear with the answers. They might be a little, I don't know what you'd call it, but Shauna, do you have a time frame? Is there something in your mind that you say, I'd like to be making money within 1 year, 3 years, 6 months? And I know money's not the main objective, but it is eventually. We all want to make money for our time that we put in. So do you have a time frame?
Very good question. And I do. I want to start making some money between 6 months to 1 year.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. And my next question, so let's put that down there. You 6 months to 1 year.
We're gonna commit to this. We're gonna commit.
This is a commitment.
Yes.
And again, you just do your best to keep up with what you put down as commitments. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You're going to need to, and you don't have to do it right now. You can do this at a later time frame.
Sure.
You're going to need to have some monthly goals.
Yes.
The reason for monthly goals, you want to track your results. How do you know if you're getting somewhere if you don't have a roadmap to where you're going?
Truth.
My strongest suggestion to you is to start studying other creators and some of them you're going to find very interesting and you'll glean a lot of information from them. Some of them you're going to find, I don't want to watch that. Well, that's the beauty about YouTube. You can switch off anybody that you don't like, and you can save and rewatch anything that you do like. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story here about when I first started, and I thought I need to study some people. So I thought, who's one of the most successful people in the YouTube business? And it happens to be Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
So I went and I studied Mr. Beast, and he said, everybody asked me the same question, what do I need to be successful at YouTube? And his answer, which I thought was a little, I didn't want to make any judgment calls or anything, but he said, I always tell people if they want to be successful at this, come back and ask me when you've already put 100 videos out. And I thought, well, that's kind of pretentious. And now I actually have about 83, 84 videos out there.
Awesome.
And I feel like I'm just scratching the surface now. So now I go back and I look at them and I relook again with a different set of eyes. And I find that his journey through YouTube himself and teaching other people the same has been most useful to me. One of the other things that you need to do, however, I haven't done it because I named my channel And Now What? I felt the name And Now What gave me latitude to go in various different directions as I felt like it. You don't want to have 20 different niches, but it's okay to have 2 or 3 or 4. So I would say to you, you need to figure out what your niche is. Now,
that's it.
Shauna has a program she's going to be putting up. She's had it up on some other platform. I don't know what it is. I don't even want to ask, but
sure.
It's sitting in front of me here. You can't see it. It's called Coffee Chats. So I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat similar to that, your YouTube program that you put out.
Absolutely, it's going to be similar to that.
Now, never mind all business. There's something interesting that a lot of people may or may not have noticed. If you watch some of my previous videos, in the background here, there's a quilt pattern there, which I happen to notice. That is my sister Colleen, and that's the subject of another video. Also, I put out a video a few days ago about how to use these, which are lavalier microphones. So if you want to go and look at some other stuff that I find interesting that I hope you do, look at my channel, which is And Now What. And before we start anything, Shauna, before you start on this journey,
Yes.
you're going to have to, and this is one of the things that I learned is one of the most important things. When you're going to put out a video, have a title for it. And then
okay,
you'll have to sort of work your way through and figure out how to do a thumbnail. And we'll go into most of those as we go along. So thumbnail and title. The other thing, Shauna, that I want to impart to you is this. You've got a beautiful office here. It's wonderful. It's pretty well set up to do this anyway.
Great.
But the bottom line is you don't need a lot of equipment to start this. So anybody that's starting this, if you spend around $30, $40 for these lavalier mics, which are very good to have, an iPad and a reasonably up-to-date iPhone. Now, some people are just doing this journey with an iPhone. That's fine. The other thing is, before you start, I would do this. I would probably have about 5, 6, 7, 8 videos in my mind that I'd like to do. That way, once you start, because you want to put your videos out with some consistency, i.e. once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week if you have that much content. And if you're kind of struggling for content, for stuff to make, you're going to be going, uh-oh, what do I do next?
Right.
You'll put yourself under the gun. Nobody wants to make this a job. It's supposed to be enjoyable. So start with at least 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. Write the scripts. Scripts is a very important thing to do when you start this, because we all think that we can just magically do this, but we need things to refer back to. Even today, if you'll notice, I'm looking down. I have a script that I wrote about this meeting with Shauna, so that I'd be prepared to move forward through this. My next question to you, Shauna, would you ever open up any sort of a business venture? And I know that you and your husband have a very successful plumbing business, but would you ever open up any sort of a business venture without any sort of advertising program or thoughts?
No, you can't.
You can't.
You have to market.
Advertising. Now, I happen to have a motorhome. I'm just about to put my channel on there, so when people are following behind me, they can go, hey, what's this? And the kids can go check, and everybody can have a look. You need to have some expectations. So advertising, business cards. Business cards aren't a bad idea. Just put your YouTube address, and people are always going to say, well, what's your channel? How do I get a hold of it? And if you just tell them, they won't remember. If you hand them a business card, they've got something to refer to, and there's a good chance that they'll go and they'll look. So you have to have some expectations, a timeline, a business plan. And I don't even know if this is a word, but you're going to have to, and I know you already have it, you're going to have to develop a stick-to-itiveness attitude. I don't know if that's a word, but I use it.
I love it. I love it. That's great.
Because if you don't stick to this and you think, oh, I should be successful in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, it may or may not happen. Also, ignore the naysayers. As you mention this to friends, family, people that you work with, they're going to make comments, oh, you don't know anything about that. How are you going to do that? Everybody has an opinion, but not everybody has the courage to take the first step.
That's it. It's bravery and it's courage to do this. And if they're not doing it, they're not our source of knowledge.
And this is a scary thing. A lot of people have never been on camera. They've never spoken publicly. They've never done a lot of things, but you will certainly learn. The other thing is, I have discovered over time, and I hope everybody that's watching this does, that you will encounter all sorts of new and different and varied interests that you never know you had before. And you go, oh, that'll work as a subject for my channel. And so you might start in one direction, you might head off in 2 or 3 different directions. That's fine, go ahead. I have not, as I said, been at this forever and ever. I've been at it for about 8.5 months. It's something I've had to continuously tell myself, don't get frustrated. Shauna and I come from, we're actually shoestring related. She's married to my sister's son. So that's how we've known each other for many years. But having a huge family, your first thoughts are going to be, I'm going to tell everybody in the family, and they'll all go look at my channel, and oh, great, and I can start to expand it. Don't count on friends, family, coworkers. It's one of those things that I found it's best if you don't. The last thing is, and we just discussed it a minute or so ago, is advertising. Now, you would never start a business without advertising it. There's various venues that you can use to advertise your YouTube channel, because it's nice if you can advertise it and all of a sudden you've got lots of people looking at it. And I found that there's one really good company to work with for advertising. If you'd like, leave me a comment, tell me how to get back to you, and I will tell you how to do it. Now, I hope that, that this has helped. As I said to you earlier, I do advertise, and I suggest that you advertise yours. I hope this was helpful. Please like this and share and subscribe if you feel so inclined. It helps make future videos like this. Shauna, thanks for inviting me into your home and allowing me to help you through this. When we're finished with this, I'm going to show Shauna a little bit more. Well, she can watch my videos and figure out how to use something like this, which is just a remote for your selfie. So I can turn this on and off while we're doing this without having to reach out and get in the way of myself. And you're going to have to learn how to use lavalier mics. You'll have to learn some of the tricks on your camera. But the most important thing, and I'm going to show Shauna, and I can maybe do this in a separate video at a later time, it's going to take up a lot more of your time, is learn how to use iMovie or some other similar program on your, now all iPhones have iMovie. It's a fabulous editing program. It's very, very user-friendly. It's simple to use. So I hope this was helpful. And again, this is Rick from the channel And Now What, and Shauna. I thank you for your time today. I hope we see you in the near future. Have a look at some of my other videos, and above all, enjoy the day.